Not only a fine country artist, but a true Canadian legend joining us here in the studio this afternoon. Michelle Wright.
Hi, you guys.
It's such a privilege and honor to finally have you visit us here at CFWE.
Well, I'm thrilled. I was listening to your radio station and just loving the music that you're playing, and I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen today. It's very rare that I can come and see folks on a Saturday afternoon at a radio station, so I'm glad that you made time for me. Thank you.
Well, you are in, I wouldn't say in Edmonton, but you are in St. Albert this weekend for the Rainmaker Rodeo.
Yes.
Big performance coming up there this evening. That's what brings you out this way.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing the stage with all the other wonderful artists and having a big old party tonight.
It's always about connecting your music and connecting with the fans when it comes to getting out there on the road.
It's just, I love it so much. You know, it's an interesting thing because the music business is, I've been around long enough to just say that it's a tough business to be in, and it always has been. There's nothing new. It's always a challenge to find your way in the door and stay in the door, and maintain career. But one of the rewards always is, and maybe most artists will say this, is that time that you're on the stage with the audience. It's just the greatest thing. It's almost like an addiction, because you just know that there's going to be a connection that's happening. There's going to be fun. There's going to be smiling faces. There's going to be people. Maybe it's because we're all sort of taking our burdens and putting them aside for a few hours and not thinking about, the things that need to be dealt with. And for that moment in time, we're just having a great time together. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm thankful to have. I've got 32 years under my belt now. I spent 10 years playing the club 6 nights a week, and then got my record deal with Arista Nashville with Alan Jackson and Leroy Parnell and Brooks and Dunn and myself, and to name a few. And the last 20-some years have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you look back at this, great career there of yours, Michelle, you look at some of the artists who have come and gone. Like you say, it's not an easy business to get into, and even once you're in, you got to maintain, that level of consistency.
Yes.
And competing with all those that are coming on in the business.
Well, I will credit my manager of 28 years for lifting me up in times when I wasn't sure,
Mm-hmm.
And I would really credit him for that. And then on another level, I've had great support in bandmates and. But really, the fans are the ones, they're and the great thing about Facebook and Twitter is you can sort of have this one-on-one. And what I have found is that fans just want to lift you up. They just want to say, yeah, that was a great new song you've got out, or hey, keep giving us music because it inspires me, or I love your voice, or, so, it takes a team that will keep it all organized and keep the artists fire under their feet and in their heart to keep going, Yeah.
And again, just connecting and grabbing those great songs. And lately you've been doing a lot of your own songwriting and have throughout the years.
Yes. I always have written a lot and always made sure I got a song or two on the record, because there is a battle there between the record label and the artist to try to get your music on there. And I don't mean that it's a negative thing necessarily. It's just that the label wants to put what they think is the best music out for that artist and for the business, so I understand that. And so I maybe didn't fight as hard as I might have, should have, could have for my own songs earlier on. But then again, I've also developed as a songwriter, and I knew when I put Strong, was starting to record Strong, that it was time for me to put my songs on the record. And so I did, and co-wrote 10 of the 11 songs, and it's very rewarding and very, I feel legitimate now. It took me this long to feel like I'm legit after putting all those records up. But the fact that this record has all my own music on it is fantastic.
Including the new single, which we're going to take a listen to here shortly. But you brought along your guitar, Michelle.
Yeah.
Why not, treat our listeners to one of your own songs?
I'd love to do that. I love this song because the sun is shining out there today, and it's a great day, and I'm so glad to be here. And it's a song I wrote called Another Good Day, and And well, here it goes. So you ready? Hopefully, I got one mic here, so hopefully my voice won't dominate over the guitar. But I'm just gonna. I wrote this with Patricia Conroy and Danik Dupel from Emerson Drive, so it's all Canadian all the way. Sun is shining. Every single cloud is gone now, except for the one that I'm on now. You came along and chased him away, yeah. And it's alright, 'cause I think I know where this is going. My heart is like the sky wide open. Love has finally found me again. I feel another good day coming on. Everything is right where it belongs. A little more of this is what I want. Ain't going away. It's another good day. I got you sitting here beside me smiling. We're having fun without even trying. Easy as apple pie, yeah. And for me, it just doesn't get any better. Smack dab right to the letter. And you're the reason why I feel another good day coming on. Everything is right where it belongs. A little more of this is what I want. Ain't going away. It's another good day. Another good day. Yeah. I feel another good day coming on. Everything is right where it belongs. A little more of this is what I want. Ain't going away. It's another good day. Ain't going away. It's another good day. Oh, it is.
Michelle Wright, ladies and gentlemen, here in the studio this afternoon. She's performing at the Rainmaker Rodeo tonight out in St. Albert. It's going to be a beautiful day for rodeo and just great country music this evening. It's going to be a fantastic time. Now, you've been in Nashville. Nashville's been home for quite a number of years, but you always manage and find the time to back to Canada, and you do quite a lot.
Well, I just quite frankly would not have survived in the business without Canada and without support from the Canadian business and the fans. I just wouldn't have. So and it doesn't. I've traveled the world from Africa to Australia and you will never. You can't. You don't lose where you come from. And there's a certain connection that exists. I have learned through it all now. When I come home, I feel like I'm home. My family's all here. I'm an Ontario girl, and all my family's up in Ontario, and I always get home to see them, and, of course, my touring across the country. So it's a good thing to know where you come from because you can't forget it, and why would you want to? It's a beautiful country we have, full of beautiful people, and I'm proud to be Canadian and proud to be I've been to Afghanistan as well to sing for the troops, and boy, oh boy, that will solidify what is great about us and the courage and the great people that we have that believe in their country. And so it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Michelle, the new CD is strong. It's available in stores. Another Good Day was one of the cuts from the album. And again, just filled with a lot of your own material. You've, taken that, challenge there as an artist and a songwriter to get as many of your own material on the album this time around.
Yeah.
Is it one that just really is more near and dear to you?
There's no doubt. There's just no doubt about that. It's something that I hope to do. It's like you have career goals, I think, and life goals. And so one of my career, and I was only going to do 10 songs on the CD. And then I had this song written by another a friend of mine, and I wanted to put it on the record. And so it's the only one song that I haven't written, and it's just one of my favorites. It's called Laugh a Little. And so I was just going to say, I know that Jason didn't write it by himself, but I can't think of the other writers, so I won't get myself all in that tangle. But anyhow, one song on there that I didn't write, but 10 that I did.
10 you did.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of your career is amazing, and fans obviously know the successes you've had. Anything that really stands out? I know just recently, a couple years ago, you've became the newest, and is it safe to say one of the youngest members of the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame?
Let me say the youngest female, in fact. Allow me to throw that in there. Yes. Tommy Hunter was actually the youngest member inducted, and I'm the youngest female. And so it's crazy, to have that. I still find, I get this, when you were saying that, I started getting goosebumps because I used to play the club 6 nights a week all across our great country, as far north as they would have us. And I just dreamt of maybe getting a record deal someday and thought, it'd be great if I could maybe get a song on the radio. And the Hall of Fame was really not something that I even thought much about. So the fact that they called me up and said, would you like to be in our Hall of Fame, really blew my mind. And it still does. And it is absolutely, I would say that's close to one of the biggest highlights of my career, and I've had many, but that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
You go back in the early '90s, and I think "Take It Like a Man" was the song that really had skyrocketed you to fame, not only here in Canada but also in the U.S. as well.
Really around the world. It was the most incredible experience to have a song. I mean, just to have one song that can connect with people that way, and "Take It Like a Man." And I remember I was playing a club in Texas. And we started doing "Take It Like a Man," and people started singing. And my band and I got on the bus afterwards, and we were like, because believe me, we traveled the Cube van and the van for a long time. So I say my band and I got on the bus. This was kind of new to us, too. Got on the bus, and we kind of looked at each other, and we went, I think that's what it feels like when you have a hit. Because people started singing along, and it was wonderful. And I still love to sing it today. I have not tired of it. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I look down on the set list, and I'm like, yay, here comes "Take It Like a Man." And "Safe in the Arms of Love," and "He Would Be 16," and just to name a few songs that I've been lucky enough to have hits with, and I love to sing.
We were just talking in the office here this week, and when we're mentioning that you were coming in right away, a lot of them were started singing "He Would Be 16,"
yes.
and the connection and the power of the message in that song.
Powerful. Honestly, I didn't want to record it. I thought, whoa, that's a pretty heavy subject. Mother giving up a child and wondering when he's 16 years old where he is and how he's doing, and does he understand? I'm going to get emotional. Does he understand that the courage and the strength that it took for her to do that is the most loving thing that she could have done? And the great thing about it is I have discovered that people do understand that for a woman to make that decision is very difficult and takes a lot of courage. And so that song, very powerful. And I didn't expect that either. But,
yeah. And I think one thing is as an artist, when you're going in to record and you got these songs coming at you, is it there in your mind, back of your mind, thinking, is this a song that I'm going to still want to sing 10, 15, 20 years down the road?
Well, it has to feel that way for me. I've maybe almost hurt myself sometimes in some ways in my career. If to use just a word, though I'm thankful that I made these decisions. Songs have come to me that I knew were hits, but I wouldn't be comfortable singing them. Because I have to believe in what they say, and I have to be able to stand on that stage and deliver a song, and not try to pretend that it means something to me when it doesn't. And so I have made those decisions and choices in my career to make sure that whatever I record and what I release are things that I love and that are songs that I look forward to singing down the road. And I was thinking about that recently with young artists coming up. If there was one piece of advice I would give is, under all the pressure that you feel, make sure you know who you are. I mean, and when you're young, sometimes you don't, but there's an instinct and you're finding your way. So when I say know who you are, at least follow your heart and follow your instinct when it comes to the music that you are going to allow to represent your career, because you will have to sing those, hopefully, for the rest of your career, but it's really important. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Michelle Wright, it's been a privilege and an honor having you here in the studio with us today. We thank you for making time in your schedule to
You're
pop
awesome.
by
You're the sweetest man. I read people like a book, and you are so sweet. And I can't tell you how much fun it's been for me. Listen even to your laugh is awesome. So it's been great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
he's blushing, by the way. I mean, he's like so blushing right now.
The CCMAs are coming up. Are you going to be back in Edmonton
I sure am, yes,
this fall for that?
By the way, they're doing a thing called the Legends Show that they've done for some time, and I'm going to be a part of that. And a young artist, and those of us that are in the Hall of Fame, we're going to share the stage. So yeah, I'm coming to do that and other things, and hang out with my my fellow artists and industry people that I enjoy.
Always a great time.
Yeah.
And fans could catch you then again
yes.
this coming fall. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We greatly appreciate it.